So what's the next chapter? Provocative in so many ways. I'm not saying I have the answers of what it all means. I don't. I just have a whole bunch of theories. Guts is alone. First time in 3 years. He acknowledges it. And he's a little bit afraid. It's easy to live in a giant group because you can just say to yourself, oh, they'll get the other guy first. But now Guts has no one but a fire to keep him comfortable. I think he's probably lonely. For sure he's lonely. Does he miss Casca? I'm sure Casca's going through his mind. Does he miss the relationship with Griffith? Yes. And even, put a cork in it, even him? Probably. But he's all alone. And I don't think he really likes it at all. And he starts thinking he's hearing things. And things flash through his mind because that's what happens in the dark. When your mind starts going off in this direction and that direction, the whole limbic system of the brain lights up. And the limbic system, which is that emotional center, it's tied into the cerebrum, which means your emotions take over your really high cognitive thoughts. So he's afraid. Probably hasn't been like that in a long time. Since he was a kid, I would think. At first I thought it was Nosferatu Zod, but it wasn't. Looks like it's the Skull Knight. The Skull Knight doesn't seem to reveal himself physically. He stays in the shadows, it appeared. But at least his voice was heard. It's got to be unsettling because he just throws out like a prophecy that a year from now, to me, it was like a year from now, watch out. Boy, are things going to change. Now, a year is a long time, especially in the life of Guts. He could mow down 5,000 people in a year's time, or he could become the recluse we kind of see him as in the first book. I suspect he's going to become more of the recluse with a lot of thoughts of Casca, more than Griffith. What's going to happen in a year? I've yet to find out. And then we have Griffith. We see Griffith in a really somber mood. I feel he's lamenting the loss of Guts. Take that any way you want to, I don't care. But he didn't want to lose Guts. He has his own reasons, not the least of which is he just lost his best fighting man by far. He's lost the best fighting man in the county, in the state, maybe in the universe. We don't know. So what does he do? Now, Crystal thinks he really wants to go to Casca. I disagree.
Not that he really wants to go to Casca, but that he's doing the Lelouch thing. The same thing he did with Callan, where it's like, yeah. I'm going to find comfort in a woman because I'm sad.
Well, he's pretty sure that that's going to work out. And also, minus Guts, she's his only way into the kingdom and the crown.
I disagree because I feel like he's doing it that's his version of self-harm.
Okay.
I feel like he's doing it to like sabotage himself. It's like, I'm sad. I'm going to rush things along because I don't care anymore.
Okay. All right. That's a possibility.
That's just how I felt reading it.
Okay. I felt a little bit differently. I thought that he lost Guts, who he really wanted. And the next best thing is Casca. But Casca won't get him anywhere. And he's immediately back in his head. How do I further my goals? The most logical step is to go see Charlotte, which he does. And he comes in like the great white knight through the back window, pouring rain. Oh, look what I went through to get to you. But when she throws herself at him, if you look closely, he doesn't embrace her. He's about as nonchalant about this as you can possibly get. And yes, the chapter is going to end with a big passionate kiss, but there's no passion behind it from Griffith. It's all a means to an end. The great pragmatist comes out on him. I want to be ruler of the world, and this little girl by my side, she won't be in my way. She'll just be a step towards the goal. And that's too bad for Charlotte.
Now, do you have any predictions for the next chapter? Like, where do you think Griffith's going to go from here? Where do you think Guts is going to go from
That's
here?
a good question. Guts is just going to remain a loner. I don't think we're going to see Guts finding any kind of a substitute for what he had. I think this begins the lonely period for Guts. That's what I think. As far as Griffith goes and Charlotte, I wouldn't be surprised if he works on Charlotte in such a way as if to say to her, he'll probably say something like, oh, we could never be together. I'm just a lowly commoner and you're a princess. To which she'll respond most likely, I'll talk to my dad. and Dad's going to give her whatever she wants. After all, she lost her mother, and she lost the stepmother, and Julius's son. So she has nothing to look forward to but Griffith, and her dad, he only has her. So he's going to give her what she wants. So I don't know when it's going to happen, but we're going to see the big bridal party going on soon. And Griffith, will he fulfill his husbandly duties on their wedding night? I do not know. But I would say something will come up. I just think there's going to be a disturbance, and he's called forth to some kind of a battle.
Damn. He don't got a clue in the fucking world.
Or something. But he's not interested in Charlotte. We'll see, because I'm going to keep on reading.